A civil rights group is demanding the governor investigate a shooting where a local man died by police gunfire. Well, the local chapter of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference is filing a complaint with the governor's office about a police-involved shooting back in January.
38-year-old Anthony Harris was shot and killed after an altercation with police. The SCLC says 7 months is way too long for the state attorney's office and medical examiner's office to have not yet released their reports. Channel 4's Elizabeth Campbell talked to many people involved in this case today and joins us live. Elizabeth?
Mary, I spoke with Dr. Juan Gray earlier with SCLC, and he told me that the family of Anthony Harris deserves answers. Channel 4 actually got this release earlier this morning today, and it explains into it why the organization decided to file this request.
We've been frozen for 7 months because Angela Curry has decided by her own volition not to provide public documents for a legal process to work.
The Southern Christian Leadership Conference's Jacksonville chapter has filed a motion with the governor's office for an internal investigation in the police-involved shooting death of 38-year-old Anthony Harris back in January. Dr. Juan Gray with SCLC says Harris's family has gone through enough hurt and it's time for answers.
Enough is enough. Either you do your job or you need to get out of the way. But we are not going to sit idly by and let the legal system take its time to be selective about who they will prosecute and who they will not prosecute.
Channel 4's crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson didn't talk specifics on this case, but says it's not uncommon for this type of investigation to take this long.
The life of an individual has been taken, so they want to comb through the investigation with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that nothing is missed. They want to make sure that every I is dotted, every T is crossed.
Channel 4 reached out to the governor's office and they issued us this statement. Angela Corey's office is handling it and the governor's office will await a decision. Sheriff Rutherford says JSO is also waiting on the state attorney's office and that JSO will begin their internal investigation as soon as a ruling is made.
They've had some very high-profile cases and I'm sure has them all working as hard as they can over there.
Jefferson adds that the release of the medical examiner's report will play a huge role in this case.
It'll release a lot of information that right now has question marks in front of it.
We also reached out to the state attorney's office, but they were unavailable for comments. Reporting live this evening, Elizabeth Campbell, Channel 4, the local station.
Elizabeth, you mentioned that the SCLC wants some answers, but what are the main questions the SCLC and the Harris family, what do they want answered?
Well, Rob, in this release that we received this morning, there's actually a list of about probably 10 questions. And just to give you an example, the first one says, is it because it involves a police officer doing the shooting? Another question that they wrote in here that they want answered is it because the state attorney's office is part of a cover-up to protect the sheriff's department? So again, that's just 2 of about a list of 10 questions in this release. And Dr. Gray that I talked to earlier said that the family definitely is wanting these answers, or wanting to find answers as soon as possible.